Arise, ye tarnished, and welcome back to the channel. I am Amalgam Ash, and today I wanted to talk about the numerous updates that we have received about the Elden Ring board game Kickstarter crowdfund campaign, which is currently live and only has 3 days to go. Now, not only have we received updates for the core and all-in pledges, we've also received a special update that's going to apply to anybody who gets this game either through the crowdfund or in the future through retail. So we're going to explore those and exactly how those unlocks came to be. As mentioned in the past video, instead of traditional stretch goals that are unlocked when funding reaches a certain level, we'll be unlocking new gameplay content by exploring the lands between. Basically, Sherwin Matthews writes a brilliantly composed blog post in the form of a second-person adventure, choose-your-own-adventure type story, in which we, the community members, read it and then decide to make a choice that is presented at the end of the post. For example, will you explore the ruins or stop to enjoy a delicious grilled cheese sandwich? That's not a real post. That's not a real choice. If it was, I would enjoy the sandwich. But that might end up in my untimely death due to being unaware of an enemy approaching behind me. Anyway, basically SteamForged puts this post out and then they go through the comments to see what the most voted on choice was, what the more popular of the two or more choices is, and then they go that route with writing the next bit, and they also give us an announcement in that same post about what we have unlocked, and it's always in the form of something physical that we will get by being backers of the core pledge tier or the all-in pledge tier. Except for that one exception, which we will go over very soon. So I don't want to spoil anything because I really love how these are written, and I think that anybody who's interested should just follow the links and read them. Even if you're not going to back the project, you should still look at these updates and read through the story. It's really, really cool. But I will go ahead and show you everything that we have unlocked so far, and so everything that's going to be coming with the core pledge tier and the all-in pledge tier. Firstly, we found 6 skeletons, and the skeleton miniatures look pretty awesome. They look pretty on point for the enemy that's actually in the game. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they had access to the actual 3D models used in the game and just converted those with a little bit of modification to pose to 3D physical miniatures. We also unlocked the Mad Pumpkin Head enemy. This is a large, what they call advanced enemy for the board game, and is going to be somebody who's going to be a bit difficult to fight, just to see as the first time you encounter him in the game. I say the first time because at this point I can whomp him quite easily. I was very pleasantly surprised to see the third unlock. It is the Warrior Tarnished. The Warrior is one of the many classes of Tarnished you can begin with in the Elden Ring game. They are shown here dual wielding their swords. I only counted 6 unique Tarnished with a couple of variants of 4 of the Tarnished in the game system and the expansions that come with the pledges here, but this 7th Tarnish is a welcome sight to me. The 4th unlock is actually exploration tiles for East Limgrave. This looks like it's going to include the Mistwood and various other locales around that area. It's a total of 18 new hex tiles, and they've been added to every core and all-in pledge for free. It's going to be very interesting to see how exactly these are incorporated into the game, but I have a feeling that these next unlocks basically explain exactly how that is. And while it's no fun for me to think this way, it kind of reinforces my belief that all of this was on the back end already ready to be presented. Just it's being presented to us in a very exciting and engaging manner that I actually really love. And that would be here. New quests discovered. You found over 10 hours of quest content. This basically means that we get the materials for our game to give us 10 additional hours of unique quests and goals to meet. In this case, they come in the form of what looks like just Guidance of Grace cards, and these are, of course, the quest cards that you get with your game that outline clearly the objectives that you need to meet every turn. There may be more to it than this, and the image just oversimplifies what actually makes up that 10 hours of quest content, but I could see it easily being just a deck of Guidance of Grace cards, given how the gameplay works. Yesterday, SteamForged announced a free upgrade to all of the pledge tiers of Elden Ring. Now for an exciting one. Yesterday, SteamForged Games actually announced that we are all going to get textured bases on every single mini for free. Might this have something to do with the funding goal reaching over 2,000%, maybe. But it is absolutely nothing to complain about. Having the textured bases on the minis are going to give us all kinds of painting options. They're just going to look really cool for those of us who don't paint as well. They did say that how exactly this is going to look is going to be kind of a work in progress, but no matter the result, if it has anything to do with the preview images here, then I'm excited because I think this looks fantastic. And I mean, any texture is better than no texture at all. But for what it's worth, the textures presented here do look fantastic. The fallen leaves on the ground, and you're going to be able to paint these if you have any skill in painting, or perhaps this will motivate you to learn to paint. And it's very important to note that this will affect every single miniature, so it doesn't matter what tier you have backed, or if you just buy this game through retail in the future, all of your minis are going to have textured bases now. So brilliantly done. Let's move on. This one I actually just found out about yesterday, and I'm really hyped that we have an 8th tarnished. We have found the Wretch, and so now those of us who have the all-in pledge will get access to 8 unique tarnished. Sort of kind of a total of 12 tarnished, but 4 of those are duplicates, although they do have slightly different stats about them. They are a little bit unique despite being the same class as those found in other expansion/core games, depending on how you look at it. I'm really curious to see if this is how we're going to end up unlocking the other tarnished, or if they are truly going to save those for future retail expansions. Either way, that's awesome. Just looking at the mini and knowing what I know about the Wretch class in Elden Ring, this is hard mode. This is a character who does not have armor. Their only weapon is a club. They start with 10 across every one of their stats in the video game. It will be interesting to see how this class is treated in the board game. So I did spend some time throughout the weekend watching the gameplay video that SteamForged Games has up. I watched 3 people play the game, including Sherwin, and it seems really amazing. The flow is very nice. I would encourage anybody who is even remotely interested in this to go check out gameplay videos and see how this actually flows. It is really, really nice. It takes some strategizing if you want to strategize. You can just go hit things and see what happens, but the rules are extremely simple to understand. You, of course, can download the rulebook for free. Download the rulebook, get yourself a whole bunch of proxies, like hundreds of chits and tiles and cards, and play your own version until the game comes out so that you can be a pro when you are ready to let the official game hit your table. All right, I hope to cover the additional updates in the coming days, and I hope that you look forward to those updates. That's all the time I have for today, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the campaign linked in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.